the 5 best phrases to use to express your opinions without offending anyone. Have you ever been in a situation where you were just in this dilemma? You had an opinion that you really wanted to express, or there was a part of you, your ideas or some philosophy that you had, and in that moment, in that conversation, you just knew that you had to say it, right? Your soul was crying out, speak up. You really wanted to speak up because this was your moment. Or maybe you needed to express yourself because you wanted to be heard, you wanted to be visible, you wanted to be understood. And in that moment, there was a dilemma because you didn't want to offend anyone. Maybe your opinion was slightly different from the opinions in the room, or maybe you didn't know how the other person would respond, and so therefore you chose to be silent. How many of you have been in that situation, right? So as a career coach and as a speaker coach, a speaker training coach, one of the questions I get asked really often is, how can I express my opinions in a way that I don't offend anyone? And in a way also that I can be authentic to myself and I could get my opinions out there. So that's why I am passionate about in this video. I want to share with you 5 key phrases that you can use to be able to be authentic in your expression of your opinions or your ideas. You don't have to worry about offending anyone, right? And therefore you can know that you have done what you can to express it effectively, and you can still preserve that relationship. So 5 key phrases. Right? And by the way, if you enjoy the content like this and you want to hear more, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Just ring that bell below so you can receive notifications every time I release new videos on speaking, articulation, elevating your career, and even growing your business. All right, okay, so the first key phrase. Here's the first key phrase. It sounds like this. Is it okay if I share? Right? Is it okay if I share? And this phrase is important because you are asking for permission. And you're asking for permission in a way as their equal. You're not asking for permission as their inferior or as the person that's under them. You're asking for their opinion. You're asking for their permission to reveal your opinion, or asking for permission to reveal your idea. So here's what it sounds like. Is it okay if I share with you why I believe that this strategy is not the most efficient one for our team? Do you mind if, right? Is it okay if I share with you my opinions on how we can be the best in our industry? Is it okay if I share with you my opinions on that? Right? So is it okay? So that is a phrase that you use at the beginning before you reveal your opinion or before you express yourself, that you want to ask their permission so that they give you their permission and you wait for the response, and then that way that both of you know that there's an understanding that now this is your time to express your opinion. And when you phrase it like that, it's called a buffer. You put the buffer in the beginning of the question of, is it okay? And if they say yes, then what you say afterwards, you had their permission to express it anyway. And so that is one of the key phrases, right? So is it okay? First key phrase. Second key phrase is, would you mind, right? Would you mind if I offer my opinion on this? Would you mind? Would you mind if I offer my opinion on why I believe that this other strategy may be more efficient than the one that we're considering currently? Would you mind if I share my opinion on what you had just shared with us? Do you mind if I respond to your idea? Do you mind? Would you mind if? Would you mind? And so again, it's similar to the previous phrase where you're asking for permission, but in this one, you're going from is it okay if to would you mind if, which means that there's something in it for them, right? When you ask them, would you mind if I share this? Would you mind if I open my ideas? It's like you are priming them that there's something in it for them, and you just want to know that they're on board with hearing it, right? So that's the second phrase, would you mind if? The third key phrase, now this one really is important. This third key phrase is important when you are chiming in after someone else shares their opinion, right? So this is especially effective if someone else has just shared their opinion and you want to chime in after that. So this is the most effective one for that. And here's what it sounds like. It sounds like, I can appreciate that. Right? I can appreciate that. So when you say that, let's say you're in a group or even one-on-one, and someone just finished expressing their opinion or their idea, and you say, I can appreciate that. So now you've just acknowledged their opinion. You've just acknowledged that you've heard their suggestions and that you've heard them express themselves. And then you lead into your opinion. So it sounds like, I can appreciate that. I can see why, and then you summarize what they just said in one phrase. I can see why this could be a campaign that could put us on the map. I can see why your opinion could help us to get to where we want to be. And then you offer your opinion. So this phrase, I can appreciate that, is especially important because what you want to do is you want to first acknowledge that they have been heard by you, and then now you will be in the position where now it's their turn to hear from you, because the law of reciprocity applies. When you say I can appreciate that, that means that I have heard you, and now they will feel that they want to reciprocate. And so any phrase you say after that, is it okay if I share my opinion? Then they will feel the need to reciprocate, and they're more open to hear your opinion. Right? So that's the third phrase. And that third phrase, remember, it's really especially important if someone else has just expressed their opinions and you want to chime in. Okay, fourth key phrase. The fourth key phrase is about asking for permission again. It's where you say, with your permission. Right? Fourth key phrase. With your permission, I can offer this. With your permission, I can offer a different perspective. With your opinion, I can offer you a different idea. With your opinion, I can contribute a new strategy. So with your permission. So that's this phrase is important, especially if you are with higher level managers, senior managers, VPs, CEOs, and you're asking with your permission. In other words, you're respecting their authority. So with your permission, I'd like to share this. And with the highest level of respect, you're asking with their permission. So this is where this key phrase is important in those situations. Okay, so four phrases so far. And if you like what you've heard so far, give me a like below and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Which phrase is your favorite one, and which one are you going to implement in your next conversation? Okay, fifth and final phrase. The fifth phrase is, provided this is beneficial to both of us. Right? So again, super effective if you are speaking to senior level higher ups, your supervisor, your manager, or the C-level, C-suite, or even if you're in an entrepreneurial space and you're speaking to a potential client, or you're speaking to a potential joint venture partner or a collaborator, right? Provided it is beneficial for both of us, then you will share. So it's conditional. Right? You want to offer your opinion, you're going to express it, but you're saying provided it's beneficial for both of us. See, and when you put that, this is another type of buffer. When you put this buffer before your opinion or before what you want to express, what you're saying, what essentially you're saying is that I want to make sure I'm creating a win-win situation before I express this opinion. So if it's beneficial for both of us. And you see, when you put it that way, it also creates a spark of curiosity. Oh, I do want to hear this, provided it's beneficial. Oh, I see that you have the good intentions. I want it to be beneficial for both of us as well. Let's hear what you have to say. Right, so you can see that this fifth phrase is the creme de la creme of all the phrases, because it puts you in a position where you express your intent, that you want it to be win-win. Right? It also gives respect to them, utmost respect, provided it's beneficial for both of us, and it also creates a level of curiosity. Right? Curiosity is important because when you pre-frame your opinion, pre-frame what you want to say, and create curiosity first, then they're more likely to want to hear you out all the way to the end of what you want to have to say. So if you are serious that you want to create outcomes like this for your career, for your conversations, then I invite you to click the link below. The link below is an opportunity for you to apply, to work with me as your coach, as your mentor and your guide, to help you to communicate effectively so that you can sell what you want to have to sell, so that you can sell your offer. It could be you're selling a skill set. It could be you're selling your own products and services. It could be you are selling yourself. So if you want that professional coaching and that mentorship to help you to sell what you have to offer, then I invite you to click the link below and apply to work with me as your coach, and I hope to see you on the inside.